All right, we good. No intro. We just going.
No intro.
This is episode 1, man. I'm so excited we finally here.
Yeah, I'm looking on it. I can't. It's not even showing me that it's live right now. Hold on YouTube. It's Kashmir, California, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I
So
gotta.
mine is showing
Or
that
it just
it's
went. Okay, now it is. Now it is. Okay.
okay. Yes, we should be good at least on there. Only on YouTube though. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
type it to YouTube and see what's good.
I wish I wasn't wearing this fucking shirt. Like, you told me we were going live,
I
and
did.
I didn't
You didn't.
change my attire at all. I was like, yeah, sure.
Ironically, you match my scene. Like you got the
Yeah,
black hat, I got a black sweat, you got the green shirt.
green.
That's crazy how
Are the
it's locked
walls
in.
green too, or is it just the light beaming off of it?
Just a light,
That's dope. It looks like the whole wall is green.
right? Right?
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, that was kind of the goal. Like try to have a
Achieved.
one size fits all.
Yeah,
Uh,
achieved. I gotta fix my camera. Like it's always so zoomed in. It's a wide angle
that's
lens,
good,
but
man. People want to see you. They want to be in your presence.
yeah, but like
They
I
want
have
to
all
like be
this
right up
shit
on you.
behind me that I thought was gonna set an ambiance, and you can't see none of it. You just see this big ass chair.
All right, tell me about your locks. You said you're trying to find your look.
Yeah, so like I mean I think that's a lot of struggle with niggas with locks is like you grow them out, you go through that ugly phase, right? You go through that like why did I do this? People looking at you like it was a bad life decision.
Around
Uh
what length? What length is the bad life? Like,
the
is it
little poop poops, you know what I'm
like
saying? Like they
like it hasn't failed yet?
nah, bro.
It
Well, I
hasn't.
mean like they might shake and they might dangle. You know what I
Okay,
mean? Like you
okay.
might get a little, but if a strong gust of wind come by, like it just doesn't know you have hair at all.
And
So
then
it's
what's the victory moment? Like
the
from
victory
from the
moment.
ugly phase, what's the victory moment?
I would say my victory moment was when like it was like on my ears.
Oh, okay.
But once you get shoulder length, you look at motherfuckers that ain't shoulder length, you be like, you still trying, huh? Almost there, bro. It's a struggle. I feel you. I feel you.
You know what they've been through.
Yeah.
But when you got the ear touch, that was victory. You
Yeah,
must
when you
have
get
like an ear fetish. So like
nah,
when they
bro,
start
nah, it's
touching
not
your
even
ear,
that.
you
Like
like,
I don't like shit touching like at night. Like that's why I like wearing. I used to like wearing a wave cap. Now I gotta wear this damn bonnet. So like that's the whole thing. Like with dreads, they don't
I
tell you
can't.
the
Hold on,
shit.
man. The
I know.
bonnet.
Yes, it is
Something
a
about
mess.
something about bonnet just gets me. I don't know what it is.
It is necessary if you have dreads.
It makes
It is
sense.
necessary
They don't got
for
another
you to
name
have
for
that.
it, like a bonnet or
No,
nothing.
no.
Just it's just a bonnet.
I was part of the wave cap game for so long, but like the wave cap will put like flatten your stuff, and then
Mm,
the bottom of it be fluffy. So like now
yeah.
you know what I mean. So like it just and then like wave caps don't have like the good. They make silk ones and stuff like that. You want to use like a satin or something like that, really. Um, but they don't last long, especially when your hair start growing out loud and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, so that when I hit my ears, I was like, okay,
I'm
I can
here.
fuck with this, yeah. But then
I'm here.
now I'm like down my back, and I'm like,
I know I saw your picture. I'm like, this dude.
yeah, it's long.
I mean,
Now it gets to the
what's
point.
the what'd you say?
I'm saying like now it gets to the point where like it's in the way.
Mm. And that's what I'm about to say. Like, when is it or is it ever too long? Because
Yeah,
it almost reminds me of like the gym. Like I remember a long time ago going to the gym and I saw this dude. He was like mad swole. He was talking to me, and I don't know if you remember Greg from Fairfield, but we were at the gym in Sac, and he was like, "Yeah, y'all keep doing your thing, but trust me, like once you start getting something on you, you just gonna keep wanting more and more and more and more." And
but that's an addiction.
I was
That's
like,
like a
probably
nigga
not.
that
I'm
also
probably not gonna
shoots
do that.
crack in his veins. That's an addiction. Because there's nothing like you're not a Viking. You're not nobody. Fairfield's not or Davis ain't invading Sacramento, so you
At
ain't
all.
getting ready for some shit like that. You
At all.
just you have an addiction, and the gym is an addiction, and that's why like people, even when you work out, I think in order to be successful in working out, you got to get addicted to working out.
I was
You
about to
can't
say, is
just
it a
be in
good
there.
addiction?
Well, like working out, you think?
Yeah, are do you think there are good addictions and bad addictions? So like some you should never quit your addiction because it's really good.
Yeah, you should never quit your sex addiction, right? That should always be very, very key in your life and
Yeah,
successful.
yeah,
That's what
yeah.
you were here to do.
There
You
you
should
go.
never forget your like stop your hustle addiction. You should always be trying to strive to get better. But once you gotta especially like once you start having to wear that spaghetti strap tank top in the gym, you know what I'm talking about? Like you're a grown ass man. You got that deep V neck. You know what I mean? Like it's coming down it from your shoulders to your belly button. It's like
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know what you here for because
yeah.
there's no weight in this facility that is going to propel you to whatever that next level is.
But you know what's funny? Like those dudes, you don't see them anywhere but like the deadlift zone.
Yeah.
Like you don't see that dude, doing the leg machine. He's not cycling. He's not playing basketball. He's nothing else. He goes in,
Because
and
that's where all the weight lives is in the deadlift section. Like
that's
that's where
it.
all the plates.
That's
That's where
it.
they've maxed out on every free weight in the gym. They've maxed out on every cable machine. It does nothing. It's like I would think it's like once you graduate from like to meth, right? Like you
Mm,
start taking meth, you
okay.
can't. Somebody can't pass you a blunt. You like nigga, you don't know high. You know what I'm saying?
What am I gonna do with that?
What am I gonna do with that? Like
Yeah, yeah.
that has nothing for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like chapstick at that point. Like, I just
but
rub the blunt on my lips,
yeah,
to get
that's it.
ready,
Yeah,
to
that's
get
it.
ready for the
I
meth. I
take the
just
weed, rub it in my hands, and put it around my neck like it's cologne at this
right,
point.
just
But
prime myself.
but I don't I don't know. Like I'm think once my goal with dreads is never was to like get long. I just wanted. I was going through the pandemic. I was like, oh, I'm gonna just start my dreads like many people did. I like what I'm saying dread culture and all that. I'm not as deep. I don't wear crystals around my neck. I don't drink kombucha juice and shit like that. Like I'm not
I
on
drink
that.
kombucha. I drink kombucha.
I mean, I do, but not for the dread reasons. You know what I'm saying? But
A different kombucha. Yeah.
I do understand like some people like like put it all together into the spiritual like my hair is my strength and all that other stuff, and I'm like I feel exactly the same,
Yeah.
except I was trying to be like, oh, well now I got to cut my hair, but this is way more maintenance. Like I got a beard. I've always had a beard. It's been longer. Like dreads are the most maintenance that you have to do. Like
Mm,
you're always if you want your shit to like be presentable. Like my hair isn't the type of hair where I can just go like 2 3 months without a retwist. Like my stuff's gonna start
yeah.
unraveling at the root.
Yeah.
It'll still lock up down here, but at the root, it's gonna be froze in between there. You know what I mean? Loose hair, like it ain't gonna. It's not that coarse, like good, thick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Type of
Yeah.
style.
That's a PSA to anybody out there thinking about dreads. It's work, or
It's work.
you gonna look a little ratty,
Yeah, yeah.
or
And if you
or
got
it's
somewhere to
work.
be at, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you're not Jay Z. People like, oh, Jay Z got like, but you're not. You're not a billionaire.
You're not that.
When you're a
You're not.
billionaire, you can be Jay Z. You can
Yeah.
go in there. Who gonna tell him to anything? But
All right.
when
All right.
you know what I'm saying, what number did you want? Like you can't, it's a whole different. That's a whole different vibe. You at Target or something, like you know,
Yeah.
be
It's just
you,
like
be
that.
you. But at the end of the day, that's not me. I want to present myself in a clean appearance.
Yeah.
But once I was gonna say once my goal reaches the um the the length that I could get a low ponytail from the front to the back without my hair falling out, the front hair, you know what I mean? Then I think I've achieved my goal. And then
Okay.
I'll start
Let me
deciding.
speak to you from someone who has low hair. Like I started growing mine out. Didn't really rock so well, so cut it
Yep.
back down. But let me speak to you from the rest of us because I know you probably in the same ballpark as. And this is to everyone. Like we need to come up with some more masculine terms for men to also enjoy the long hair experience. Because I'm gonna be honest, I never want a ponytail. I just don't want a ponytail, and I don't want to wrap it up into a bun to put my bonnet on. I don't, I just
There
and
is a
sorry, man bun
there.
ain't enough. Like that's
There's a
not
lot.
you
There's
just
a
throw
lot
man
of
in front of it.
no. There's a lot of that, right? There's a lot of realization that you gonna have to do shit that you didn't have to do before. Like you ain't never had to do this.
Ever.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That's not a move. That's not
you ain't
a
never had to flick your hair up out of your face or pin it up so you can write. Like you feel me? You
yeah,
be like,
yeah.
let me write this down. And your hair falls in your face. You're like, hold on one second. Back of
And,
your hand, your hair.
and then you trying to get the
Yeah,
lash, that
yeah.
one to
You
keep
you just
falling
write
back
you
out.
write you writing you signing your contract for a rap label, and you like, hold on one second.
Hold on, but with so many people with long hair in the game, it's probably like that.
It's
It's
hundred
probably
percent.
like they get ready to go sign something. They do that.
There's no manly way to do any of those things. There's no manly way to get your hair out of your face. There's no manly way to
That's facts.
tie your hair up. To
That's
sleep,
facts.
you gonna throw that bonnet on. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna have to do it. A lot of people have tried. There's like men long dreadlocks look like a sock. And you're supposed to put your dreads in and stuff like that. But like they don't. That's why women wear bonnets. That is the most effective.
That's the best one.
It's the most effective.
That's the best one.
I done had to go buy like two or three of them because now I have bonnets for different things. Like I want to go outside. I need need this bonnet. I'm gonna go to
You got
bed.
the
I
field
got,
bonnet.
yeah, you know what I'm
It's
saying?
my
Like,
field bonnet.
yeah,
It'd be-
I do all black. Like there's a lot of people that'll put the pink one on and the flowers and floral and all that. Like that's one I'm like I can't.
I'm getting you bonnets for your birthday, just
Birthday,
just so you know. And I'm gonna try to label them with various
different. I
places
got
in
this
your
one
life
for
that
you
I
to
know you
change your
go.
oil in. Change your oil in this bonnet.
Right.
Well, man, I
Uh,
don't know.
yeah, I was like I've been using like the sponge brush, getting like sponge curls at the top,
That
and
was
got
my
the side.
favorite shit. I love that.
I've
I
been
love that
rocking.
look. I love
I've
that
been
look.
rocking that one. And as
Yep.
soon as I started looking at the upkeep for that, they were like, "Well, first you're gonna need to get a bonnet." I was like, "Ah,
Yeah.
they got me.
Yeah.
They
Yep.
got me."
There's a hard like, you know what? Fade me out. Give me a taper. Yeah.
Just
Yeah. Just
clear
take it all the
clear
way
that
down
all.
so I can't even
Whatever
think
you got to
about.
do to clear the bonnet need, like just give me the no bonnet. Give me
I
that.
still got sponges to this day. Like that's how I started, and just like I was like, oh, I love that look.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
That
that's a
look
vibe.
looked good on me. And then it just kind of then you start be like, okay, well I'm gonna just get freeform dreads, right? Like because
Mm.
that's what using
Hold
that
on, what's
sponge.
that?
Freeform dreads is like not like I have like plaits, like where they part your hair and then you know what I'm saying, twist it. But like
Yeah.
freeform is like having that sponge, using that, and as your hair start growing, the dreads just kind of form themselves and they go
Uh,
whatever way that they want to go. You know what I mean?
oh, you know what? I think Eric. That's what Erica was talking about. Because one day she was like, "You gonna mess around and have dreads?" I don't know if she said freeform dreads or not, but
Mm.
she was like, "You gonna mess around and have locks?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Do I need a bonnet for that?" All
You
right,
know
well,
about
then.
that? Well, then no. We're going to get haircuts. Yeah,
Hold on,
man.
bro. We have to talk about. I know you saw it. I know you saw the Netflix fight that was announced.
With you talking about Jake Paul or whatever his name is, and
Yes, and Mike Tyson.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this, and you probably got more to say about it because I know you're a boxing fan, hardcore. If Mike Tyson don't win that fucking fight,
Mm.
it's gonna put an embarrassment on all boxing forever. Because there is no reason, and I'm not like Jake Paul has hands or Ryan, whichever one the Pauls it is.
Yes,
He's
Jake.
got hands. It's not. He's not like no. Like people be talking shit. I'm like, bro, he got hands. Like he be out there. He's really training.
I
He's
mean, he
really
put Tyron Woodley out cold.
yeah. Like that's what I'm saying. Like he got hands.
Facts.
But Mike Tyson still is out there doing that. Bow. Like if he don't, he does not hit as hard as Mike. Bro, if Mike Tyson does not win that fight, I just can't. I don't know if I can respect. And I know, right? Mike Tyson was 59 years old. Like, you know what I mean? I
Right,
know he's
right,
not
right,
Iron Mike Tyson anymore. I
right,
get that.
right.
But
But you just expect Tyson to still.
I expect him to put a show on and give people what they want and earn their money because I know it's going to be, everybody's going to be watching it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's probably going to be the biggest one that he ever, you know what I'm saying, is going to get to this point.
The
Maybe next
business.
time Mayweather and you know, all of them going to try to jump on, like, you made how much? You know what I mean? But um, if Mike Tyson don't win that, bro, I just don't have no faith in, like, I don't know. I don't know. I just think it's going to be very, very scripted if that's a point. It's like, there's no way. There's
If,
no way he should not have won that.
so Tyson has to be the favorite in boxers' eyes. Jake Paul will most likely be the favorite in fans' eyes,
Mm,
right? Um, and like the novice outsider
yep.
fan. Jake Paul has every bit of talent to win the fight.
Yeah.
That is the scary part
Yeah.
because he, like you said, he practices. He's got the
He's putting
sharpness.
in
He's
work.
got the speed.
He's putting in work.
Like he's even if he wasn't a YouTube star, he wouldn't get as high profile fights as he does.
Yeah.
But he'd be getting
Yeah.
some low level pro fights by now because he actually got
Yeah.
hands now. But Tyson, the only thing that worries me about this fight is they say the first thing to go in boxing is your chin.
Mm,
We ain't seen Tyson get hit,
yeah. That's true.
so you don't know. Like you
Yeah.
don't know how he don't know.
Yeah.
No, before you could have just banged on his chin and nothing would have happened. But
Nothing
now
would
it's
happen.
like
Yeah.
so that's the so they always talk about a puncher's chance. He has that,
Yeah.
but I do feel like Tyson is just he's just a block of a man. Like even to today, he's just a
Yeah.
scary guy.
Yeah.
I think it's
Agreed.
gonna be really difficult. I don't know if Jake Paul has the power. I know he has the skill
Yeah.
to be in there with him. I don't know if he has the power. And so my worry, my forecasting is that it's probably gonna end up being like some oohs and ahs in the beginning, and then it's gonna start to slow down, and he's gonna end up like winning on points.
On
That's my
points.
thought.
That is fine, right? Because that's what I think the script is, right? I
Right,
think
right.
that's the script that they would like to have going on. But those oohs and ahs better be fucking like both sided, right? I'm just not
Yeah.
trying to shit on Jake Paul because I know, like, I wouldn't fight him. You know what I mean? I know, bro,
Right,
he's in the gym right now,
Right now.
preparing for this fight. You know what I
Right
mean? Like,
now.
he's
That's a
not. He
fact.
doesn't. And that's one thing I respect about him is like he don't play. Like he's like nigga. Like I know. He, you know, being an activist for MMA fighters and like getting fair wages. Like so
Yeah.
he be in.
Which is huge.
They wouldn't respect him in the community if he wasn't one of the wolves. You know what I'm saying? Like he's part
Yeah.
of that wolf pack. So, but again, those oohs and ahs have to be fucking worth it. And then you let the script play out like, and let it, you know, let it be unscripted a little bit and let it be scripted and stuff like that. And, you know, Jake Paul ends up winning by decision. This is a 60-year-old man. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, regardless, like you said,
He's
like
got
that,
some mileage on him.
yeah, that chin is gone. He done started smoking weed for the last 20 something, 30, you know, probably the whole time, but like, you know, publicly,
Right.
that takes a lot out of you. You know what I mean? So
Really
I would
does.
be interested to see on that fight. But I ain't paying for it. You know, I'll go watch it.
You're gonna watch it though.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Yeah.
Everybody's gonna watch it. That's one thing about it. That's why I felt like it was such a smart. I feel like my light is like making me glow.
It is. It is
Um,
making it go a little bit.
yeah, I feel like even the people that are like, this is ridiculous, this is a travesty, this takes
A
away from
mockery to
boxing.
boxing, yeah.
They still
They're
watch
gonna watch. Yeah, of course.
it. They still
Of
watch
course. Yeah, everybody who has an opinion is still gonna watch the shit, regardless. It's just like you said. I mean, I'm a fan of boxing. I'm not all into it. I can't tell you when somebody won their first title and all that other stuff, but like, I grew up as a kid watching Tyson, these fights, these clips that they put out, like, Uncle James played, like they was watching that fight, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
and talking
Right.
about it the whole entire time. Uncle Frank, you know what I mean, like all of these people. So I know um, what Tyson is capable of. I understand that he's 30 years after that. Whether
Facts.
he's still, he's still fit. I'm not saying he's overweight and out of shape or anything like that. He's still fit. You get back on that bike, all it's going to take is a couple times to, get your footing right, and you're going to be like, oh, yep, yep, I got
Yeah.
the taste for blood again. You know what I mean?
All right. The
Um,
question is, can you catch up? Like you fighting somebody who's been fighting like every year.
yep,
So
yeah,
they're in training camps constantly.
yep,
Like, do you have enough time to catch up?
yep,
You know what I'm saying? And they're a type of fighter and a size fighter that you didn't fight before.
yeah,
Like he was lightning fast, not only because he was lightning fast, but also because he was a heavyweight and everybody else was slow.
slow, yeah,
Like he's a heavyweight moving like a lightweight,
yeah,
so it just looked even worse. Now you going to get somebody who has the capability of moving at the same speed, maybe not as barbaric as your style was, but they have the the talent to move at the speed. The other people he was fighting, they couldn't move like that if they wanted to. I
yeah,
think the closest was Evander, which is why he bit him because it's like, dude, you are moving way too quick. Your your hand speed is way like stop, okay?
stop, yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah,
stop. You're doing
yeah.
too much.
Well, I mean, what was he talking about when he fought Roy Jones Jr.? It was like, oh, it was a couple times Tyson could have knocked him out, but because of their no knockout clause, and I think maybe this fight is going to have that underline, like, hey, no knockouts.
Yeah.
I think it's, at this point it's safety, right? Like, you knock out a 60-year-old man who hasn't been knocked out in 30 years. That might be the last
Right.
fight.
Am I blurry?
No, you straight.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's going to be interesting nonetheless. Like you said, everybody's going to be watching. Everybody's going to be talking about it. Whether you want to see it or not, it's going to be on your timeline on anything that you get on. Um, it's just going to be, I guess, very, very interesting to see.
Yeah. Yeah. That Roy fight was it was like a little frustrating because it's like I wanted to see, we all wanted to see what would happen,
Yeah,
though we know we weren't gonna see what would have happened because
yeah,
it's too late now. But you still wanted to see something happen,
yeah,
and it just kind of felt like. And there were a couple times that I remember some shots that Tyson threw at Roy. It looked like Roy's ribs was hurting. I'm like, I'm like, he's
Oh,
like, I can't knock you out, but I can knock something off.
yeah, I could definitely hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you out here. Yeah, you go get hurt.
Right, right. No, that's a fact.
Who won that UFC fight that just happened with old boy? I like the dude. I can't think of his name because I'm not really into UFC. Sugar something like what's his name? It's like a redhead
Oh,
dude.
oh, 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 oh. Sh- shoot. Yeah,
Nah, I can't think of his
with
name.
the braids.
Yeah,
Um,
I wanted
Sean
to.
O'Malley.
Yeah, I wanted to actually get that UFC fight, but I forgot when it came on.
Yeah,
But
they just
I
keep
saw his
raising the
last one.
price.
Oh yeah, I saw the last time he had fought. I went. I
Oh,
forget where we
when he
went and
got
seen
the
it.
belt.
Did he win this one? Last one?
Yeah, the last one is when he got the belt. He took it from I can't think of names right now either. The black dude who was
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yes, he
Yeah,
knocked him
I saw
out.
that one.
So so this was his first time defending the belt,
Uh,
and then he won this fight.
he won this fight. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
When
you wouldn't
he
even
was
think, bruh, has like he just don't even look like.
yeah
That's what I be trying to tell people, bruh.
right
Is stop. running your
Nah,
mouth
you just
these
don't
days.
know.
You
You just
don't know, bro.
don't know.
You're like,
Fighters
oh,
look
little,
different now.
yeah, a little stupid pink hair, but come in the hood like, oh, for real? And when we start walking on this ground like a monkey, just scraping his ankles. Remember that comedian was like, when I knew I was over, when he started grabbing his legs, stretching, he was like, like, I don't mess with nobody with cauliflower ears. I don't mess with nobody
At
that
all.
start stretch like long stretches. Like
Yeah, they on a different grind. You just
it's
apologize.
like
Just go
Blake
ahead
Man's
and
like, I will
apologize.
jump, snap, mule kick you right in the side of your head. I still say that line today. You're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you ain't never seen Blake Man?
You ain't never seen Blank Man?
You never seen Blake Man?
You
The
behind.
first black hero
For
besides
real.
Meteor Man. Oh, quickly we forget our black heroes.
Speaking of a black hero, I just wanted to give a shout out to Kool-Aid. Um, you know,
Kool-Aid?
Kool-Aid, if you think about it, as much as we've grown up, so we're a lot more health conscious now. So we don't really drink Kool-Aid, but Kool-Aid was the provider of so much joy
It was.
as a young child. It
It
was
was.
it was the drink of champions. It was the drink of courage. And the thing I want to shout out to Kool-Aid is that Kool-Aid never fell into the health trap. Everybody else fell into it. You got
Yeah, they banned a lot of
McDonald's
shit.
even fell into
Yeah,
the
they
mixed
banned a lot of
salad
shit.
shaker. Everybody fell into it. You don't see Kool-Aid zero sugar. You don't see
Oh,
you know, Kool-Aid is like, hey, you either want it or you
Kool-Aid
don't.
Zero. Kool-Aid, you want it or you don't.
That should be their new slogan. Hey, you
Just
either
got
want
that.
it or you don't.
Get his hands up. You,
We ain't changing nothing.
yes or no? Because we here, baby. We ain't we ain't going nowhere. Oh.
Yeah, you don't have that. You don't have Kool-Aid
No,
Light
they
and
went
all of
all
that.
around it. They made a whole nother like brand. They're like, what is that, Milo or Milo or whatever? They're like, you can have all that shit, but Kool Aid, that's my daddy name. That's my daddy name. You can have all that Milo stuff.
You got
Kool Aid, that's my daddy name.
That's my daddy name. Yeah, you got to give it up for them because
And Kool Aid turned people into household chefs, right? You pride yourself on your Kool Aid making
yeah,
ability.
first thing that you went to town with your creativity was Kool-Aid.
Mixing the flavors. Just for the fact you sit there like a mom on Christmas and wait for somebody to take a sip and they be like, what is this? You like, that's tropical punch, orange, and lime. Like, what? What? Just mind blown. Like, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
What I do is I put ice in first, and then I put the Kool-Aid in. It'll stick to the ice, and then you stir that up.
Then it just
Then I
evenly
evenly
disperses.
disperses. Oh, it turned people into straight chefs.
No, that is a valid
I
point.
actually got a jug of Kool-Aid been sitting there for a week and a half because I had one cup and it's just been sitting there. I'm like, there's too much goddamn sugar in there. Can't drink all that goddamn Kool-Aid. I used damn near the whole little thing. I was like, I don't really fuck with Kool-Aid like that no more. The kids ain't around. They can't have Kool-Aid. Like, don't be giving them Kool-Aid. I'm like,
Yeah.
you
Dude,
grew up on it?
how much stuff did we have that was just like mainly sugar? I mean, because the generation right before us, they advertised sugar like to give to kids with medicine. They advertised sugar
Yeah.
with cereal. Like, I mean, it was like, yeah,
Yeah.
give them some sugar with it.
You
It'll make
put
it better,
cut up your strawberries. What'd you do? Sprinkle some sugar on
Sprinkle
top of the
sugar on it.
strawberries. Yeah.
dude. To the point where then they just started making like Pop Tarts. Ain't nothing but just different forms of sugar
Sugar.
with some color on it.
Yep. Have you had a Pop Tart recently? Them shits
Yes.
is nasty. Like I could not.
Hey, don't say that. Erica still loves some Pop Tarts. She hear you say that, man. It's gonna be
Pop Tarts.
it's gonna be
I done gave up
problems. I'm
on
just
Pop
letting you know.
Tarts. I gave up on most candies Taffy candy to me is the only candy that still is like candy. But like
Yeah.
Snickers,
Yeah.
like like anything like hard candies are
Mm. You can't.
like
You,
lifesavers. Have you had a lifesaver?
I have not had a lifesaver.
They still stick to each other because ain't nobody fucking buying them shits. Like, remember, like lifesavers used to be the thing. It'd be like pop a little
Yeah.
lifesaver. Like
They
then
kind of stick
Mentos
to
took
each other. You kind of gotta
you gotta
snap
break it
that
over your
bad boy
leg.
off.
Yeah. Trying to kill your friend one. Like, hold on one sec. Let me lick on this one first and loosen it up. Your hand be all sticky. You just
You know
give
what
you the green one.
I never got into was Pez.
No, Pez
I
has
remember
always been shit.
I remember people used to talk about buying the different Pez dispensers, and I'm like, why would you
But that's what it
collect that?
was, right? Like that was what it was. It was the dispenser. It wasn't the candy.
So it was just a toy.
Yeah, I think nobody in their right fucking mind like chalk in their fucking mouth. Because that's all Pez is. It's just colored different chalks.
Yeah,
The flavor was like that what was that zebra gum? Remember that zebra
oh
gum?
yeah,
Soon
that
as you
zebra
eat
stripe
it,
gum.
2 chews and then
Gone.
you gotta spit it out. It was so good for them 2
So
chews.
good.
You gotta spit it
You
out.
have to look at it for a while.
You eat the whole pack just because you can't only chew. You ate all that goddamn gum. Like, have you had a piece of this
You
gum?
had it. You chew it too
It is
long, and
not
then it just
right.
get hard. You be,
Jaw hurting now. You like, yeah.
yeah. I
But
know.
you know what used to be my shit, Mister. What were they? The Chews, Mister Chews. Remember they were like that long, like yellow. What the fuck were they? Let me see.
Oh, Charleston chew.
Charleston Chews. Yeah,
Yeah,
I used to love Charleston
love
Chews.
those.
Yep.
The yellow one was, I think, vanilla. Then they had the pink one,
Strawberry. Yeah.
the strawberry, and the brown one was chocolate. Yeah, I used to.
Yep.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
I'm
those
with you.
used to be delicious.
I
But
could
that
go
was
for a
like a
Charleston chew
chocolate
right
with
now.
taffy on it. Yeah, that was like a chocolate with taffy. That's why I
Yeah.
say like taffies, like Starburst are still fire. You can
Yeah,
still pop
yeah.
a Starburst, but Starburst be sitting on the shelf. They ain't got no expiration date, so you fuck around, eat the first one. It's nice and soft, but the other 65 be hard as a brick. You like,
You know
did
how
y'all
long?
open the bag up, put one new one in here, and close it up?
Right. Do you know how many years I called it Strawburst and not Starburst? I mean, I don't know if I was the only kid, but
No, you wasn't.
Strawburst was the name of it for
Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very hard tradition or transition to go to Starburst.
Yeah. It just
Yeah.
don't make
It doesn't make any sense.
something
It's
about it. Not that Strawburst makes
no.
more sense, but something about it just felt more candy name-ish.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And Strawburst.
Starburst,
Just
yeah.
Star?
Starburst.
Star? No. No.
The Starburst jelly beans, terrible. Don't
Mm.
get those. Don't ever try those. I do still mess with Mambas. I'll mess with some Mambas.
Oh
every
yeah,
now
yeah,
and then.
Mamba was good.
Yep.
Yeah,
Now they
shout
got
out.
like the long elbow size Mamba. Like that thing got like six little packs in it with all the different colors.
You know, we should do that. We should have one of the episodes. We should do like an old school candy episode and just go like,
It was like a taste test thing.
yeah, go get old school candies and stuff, and we'll just wash it down with a glass
Or
of
we
Kool-Aid.
could do it on the goat debate.
Mm,
We could do one
Yeah.
of the goat debates.
yeah,
What is
greatest.
the top candy? Greatest
Yeah.
candy. Because
Greatest,
you know they're gonna be like payday bar. You know them goddamn fucking MF Dooms. The payday bar was the best candy. I used to go to the ball game. Like
you
you
know,
go to
it'd
the
be
sock
dope.
hop too. When you left the sock hop, y'all go get a payday bar and a Babe Ruth.
The sock hop. Um, yeah, we could do it even by like eras, you know, like because you know certain candies were just old school, like you know you had
Yeah.
those shoot, what were those things called?
What you call
Those
it?
circus peanuts,
Yeah, sir. Circus
them
peanuts.
old candies, just stuff like that that we never ever ate, like or good and plenty.
Good and plenty.
Oh,
What was it? Bazooka gum.
bazooka gum.
Bazooka gum. Yeah, that
Do
was
you
a
have?
hard ass gum too. You used to have to work to get to the
Oh my
treat on that
gosh.
one.
And you only did it because as a kid, when you get a treat, I mean, I don't know about other kids, but I know we grew up together. It's like when you finally get something sweet, you just gonna eat it. Like it might be stale, it may not be that good to you,
You
and they
got
give
it.
you that little bazooka gum is already tiny. It ain't even like a big piece of gum,
Nope.
and it's like dense. It's like astronaut food or something.
Yeah, that's what I was
Like
going to say. That's what they gave them World War II vets when they was over there fighting a good fight. They gave them damn bazooka gum. Like you gonna be on this march for about 3 days. Chew this.
right.
By the time
And
you get there, to soften up for you.
right. And they come back gum full flavor.
Smacking and shit, blowing bubbles. That's another thing you can't do as a grown ass man. You better not be blowing no damn bubbles. I see you.
Keep the gum in your mouth, bro.
You damn near can't even chew gum as a grown man. Like you better get whatever, get that taste out the onion and
Hey,
spit that shit out.
there's a
Oh
lot
what?
of stuff you can't do as a grown man. You can't eat popsicles that are long anymore. You
Nope.
can't eat
Hot
ice cream
dogs.
cones. You can't just be
Enjoying yourself, nigga. Go to
right.
work. You
You
out
get in
here
the bathroom, eat that ice cream, and be done with it.
Yeah, it's a hard life, man. And you don't even know until somebody tell you. They be like, "Nigga, you came out here with a hot dog." You're like, it's a barbecue. What do you? It's a 5-year old's barbecue. What else will they have? Ribs on the grill? Like, better put
Right.
that
All
down and
that,
eat a
all
hamburger.
that
Like,
out, all that outdoor manliness. Then you go home and put your bonnet on
but you,
before you go to bed.
baby, see my bonnet?
Is this yours or mine?
Yeah.
Is this one?
It makes no sense. It makes no sense. That's why I say don't
Oh.
judge. Don't judge people. Because especially you got dreads, I know you've been in compromising positions before.
Right.
Niggas like, there's nothing hard about dreads.
Oh, is it hard to swim in dreads?
I mean, well, so like I'm so I got a lot of people that have dreads. Like I got friends, you know what I'm saying, family, all that shit. But like I didn't educate myself on dreads. So as I've started getting longer and longer, and this is another thing that you don't have to worry about when you just getting a haircut. A barber know how to do a fade. Whether you go from LA to New York to Texas,
Yeah.
and you just give me a taper, give me this. You know what I mean? Like they know it ain't too much knowledge that they can tell you about your hair, or you know what I mean? Like it's pretty standard once you've in that.
Yeah.
But dreads, every person who does your dreads isn't necessarily like what they would call a loctician, which is
Mm.
somebody who like specializes in dreadlocks. When I say specialized, like some of them might have crystals. It probably incense burning when you go there. They probably gonna do it at their house. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't gonna be at a shop. Those people like are deep
Sounds
into it. So
correct.
like I've been talking to a lot of them because I was told like you can't wash your hair for 2 weeks. Like don't wash your hair. Wash your hair like every 2 weeks. Before that it was like wash your hair every month. But like they're like as you start locking, you can wash your hair every 2 weeks. But then like you talk to the loctician, they're like, I wash my hair like or I rinse my hair out every day with water. And I'm like, what? All right, what about when you get a retwist? Like, oh yeah, maybe like 3 days or so after I get a retwist, but I wash my hair with like water. I rinse my hair out and I just
Mm.
let it air dry. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy, or like they wrap it up in a towel or whatever. But so I'm starting to learn that. But swimming, I always thought you couldn't go swimming with your damn dreads, right? Like I'm in the water like this at the beach. You know what I mean? Try not to get my hair wet like a black female on prom night.
They said try not to get my hair.
And
All right.
they're
All
like,
right.
bro, what do you
All
think
right.
people in Jamaica that got dreads, you think they don't get in the water? I'm like, oh, hold on one sec. I gotta grab something. One sec.
All right, man. Oh my gosh. This lock talk, hair talk. Yo, subscribe to the channel, yo. Let's Let's see. If we play some music while he's gone. When our guests leave the show, we have to make do. To fill up the He's back.
My
All
bad.
right. My I have sensory overload from feminine that can't swim with my hair, and let's just get to something more manly. The NFL. Um, currently, free agency is going on, and we're gonna talk
Yes.
about your team, bro, because mine ain't really doing nothing. So none of my teams are really doing anything during the draft right now. But your Raiders done made, they done made a couple changes. What you thinking?
I mean,
You been watching it?
kinda. I mean, I've seen that they've made some, some power moves and stuff like that. This is my take on the Raiders, and this is my take every
Hold
single
on, hold
year.
on. What is your definition of a power move? Because
Well, hold on. Okay, let me get to that at the point too.
okay.
I'll address that. The Raiders do the same shit every year,
Hmm.
which is we like to incite hope.
Hmm.
We love it. That's what sells tickets. That's what gets the crowd riled up. That's what gets the fans back pumping for this is our year. Silver and black is back, baby. You know what I mean? Like all of the slogans and stuff like that. And every year, we don't do anything different than the year before.
Hmm.
Now, the reason why I say that they made some like moves progressively is because I feel like our new head coach provides a different tone to the Raiders because I think all the coaches wanted to win so bad, so like it was all about players and getting getting the best players, and they thought that was gonna win. But I think AD is he's more, or is it AJ? It's AJ, right?
Coach?
Adrian, what's the fuck is his name?
You talking about the coach?
Yeah, damn, I don't forget the head
I
coach
thought it
name.
was AD.
Um, but yeah, what I feel like he's doing um, is he's doing what every AP Antonio Pierce. What
Mm.
I feel like he's doing is he's bringing back old school coaching to the point where like, hey, we're a family, we're a team, like the respect of each other, respect the defense, respect the offense. We need each other's back and blah blah blah. And I feel like towards the end of our season, when he was in that role, that's why they did so good. Is because it wasn't like I'm here for me. I'm here to catch the ball. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't that mentality that a lot of people had. Like, and I don't think a lot of people, like Crosby and stuff like that. Like he was a team player. Like he believed in the team and stuff like that. He tried to bring good energy, but I feel like it wasn't reciprocated as far as the coaching staff because the coaching staff, every coach that came there, kind of was like a gateway. You know what I mean? Like breaking into retirement, breaking into the NFL, breaking into like, oh, I got fired at my last job, so I needed a job. Like, let me go out here. You guys are already a terrible team. We win a couple games, maybe they'll keep me around a couple years. I can collect some more dollars. But like, I don't. I feel like now it's like that powerhouse of mentality of like, hey, we've always had good players. We always been a good team. If we just bring all of that together, it's like was that movie Strong Side, Left Side? You know what I'm saying? Like that Denzel Washington type of mentality to be like, y'all are all dope players, but y'all can't do nothing if y'all don't play as a team and respect each other as a team.
All right, so that's cool. That's real cool. So
In
how
theory,
does
in
how
theory,
does Gardner Minshew fulfill that philosophy? I just want to understand. I see the family. I see the we're all great. Left side, strong side. I see
every
that.
every move is.
Gardner. Gardner.
I just think some things are out of like the team's hands. There's still
Mm,
scouts, AR directors, and all of these other people that still need to get
yeah.
you know quotas and all of this type of stuff. And you know what I mean? I feel like a lot of that type of stuff is out of their hands when it comes to
Mm.
that. But
And then so who would you on your team right now? Who would you say are the top three players? Like let's go to what you said. Like we're a family, we're strong, we do better together. And if you had three names of the Raiders that you were gonna build from, build around, who are the top players?
um, Max Crosby,
Max Crosby.
um, probably Trayvon Woodard, our safety.
Hmm. Okay.
Because our DBs are all like I always talk shit about our DBs. Our DBs are my height. You know what I'm saying, out there doing absolutely nothing. Who's our quarterback this year? I don't even
Good
know.
question. Your quarterback last year was Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, it was
And
Garoppolo.
you benched him.
Yeah, so I don't know who's our
And then
quarterback
you just
this year.
brought in Gardner Minshew from
No,
the
Aiden
Colts.
O'Connell is the backup, right?
O'Connell was the backup. He did decent for a backup.
I don't like Garoppolo. I never liked Garoppolo. I didn't like him when he was in San Francisco. I don't like his name saying it. Um, so I don't think it's him. I think Marcus Epps is pretty good too. Um, hmm.
So
I don't know, man. Like we all I don't know. We've had so many great players that left the organization.
I'm just surprised you didn't say Devontae Adams. Like, how is Devontae Adams not? I mean, he's like one of the best in the league. Like, what?
Understandably,
And
but
then how do you leave out Josh Jacobs? Like
because
one
I
of the
don't
best running backs in the league.
because Josh Jacobs didn't run like he ran for who was he on Lions, right? Or not Lions? Where did he come from? Lions, right?
I didn't. You know, he didn't really hit my radar until he got
Oh no, he was
to.
with. I'm thinking of his. Was he in college with Alabama, right? Yeah, he was from Alabama, I think.
Hmm,
Where did he come
um,
from? Josh Jacobs.
yeah, he was in Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just get like he came
And
out hard.
he only played for the Raiders.
Yeah, I think he comes out hard, right? His rookie year,
Hmm.
but because the team ain't teaming,
Hmm.
people just be like, it's like the Jamarcus Russell shit. Like you just come out and you just be like, well, I'm just gonna collect this hundreds of $1 million and like nigga, y'all already coming out here with a losing mentality because that's what we fucking are. It's like the bad news bears. Like, hey, we stink. We just got a team.
No, I
Let's
get
just go
that.
ahead
I guess
and
I'm
play
saying, but
football.
if you were trying to change that culture and say that, you know, let's move towards a winning culture, then he seems like him, Devontae, or Devonta, one of the, I can't remember which one
Yeah.
it is, and maybe Max Crosby seem like three pillars that you can build on. Because even though he didn't do amazing last year, that's because the rest of the team was trash. You can only do so much especially as a running back. So my surprise was for y'all to let Josh Jacobs go.
I don't.
He's gone. I feel like I'm breaking this news to you, and
Yeah,
he's gone.
I don't. Th-
He
I don't. I don't think. I don't think. I think I'm glad he's gone because he's a very good running back. He's a very good kid. I think he needs to go somewhere that's going to appreciate him and use him to his full fucking potential. Raiders have a lot of discipline that they need to fucking get through. Like, and if they can't get and play like a disciplined team, we've always had great running backs. We've always had a good quarterback. We've always had a great, linebackers and safeties. Like we've had great wide receivers, but none of that means anything if they don't play like a fucking team. Like every time, like even when like back in the day when Randy Moss was out there, right? Like he'd be like, just frustrated. Everybody's frustrated because nobody's doing anything but for themselves.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And
that
like,
truthfully, truthfully, that sounds like your boy Devontae because he was slinging his helmet last year. He was
frustrated.
pissed. He's like, bro, I'm
What am I
wide open.
doing?
I'm getting open. You
Yeah.
throwing the ball over my head, you, into the ground. Like, I'm
Yep.
surprised he even still there.
And I
I
think our
really am.
coach has a lot to do with that culture, right? I think he might that's probably the type of coach that he's going to respond to, like somebody who's going to be like, we're going to get all this shit tight. We're going to bring it to. I think this season, I haven't looked at our roster or anything like that. I haven't paid any attention to any draft picks or talks, but I feel like if AP stays the coach, that's what he's working on. I think he's working on team ball and not individual. And I feel like the Raiders have always been an individual team. Like it's one person on that team that, you know, the name is rang out, but it's all these fucking superstars on the fucking team. Like Max Crosby would be saying it, he'd be like, we're a great team. You know, I'm out here giving my heart and blah blah blah. Like, and he does. He plays every down like it's his last goddamn down that he's gonna play. But I just feel like the team just and I think it's that's just that Raiders, like that's just what we've been. We've been bullies of the NFL, most penalties consecutively year after year after year after year. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of that type of stuff that goes on.
Yeah, yeah. I was yeah. I don't know, man. The draft is always a sad place for Cowboy fans because Jerry Jones does nothing during the draft. It's like just a
Mm-hmm.
waste of time to even pay attention to it for your team. It's like I watch the draft and pay attention so I know what other teams are
Yeah.
doing. I know what our division rivals are doing. Like, dude, if the I think that the Commanders, well, in the NFC East, it's the Cowboys, Eagles, Commanders, Giants. I have to look at the record, but the Giants and the Commanders had to be two of the bottom teams in the league, not just in the division, right? But when I say that they making moves to try to get better, I mean, I guess I can't think of what a whole lot that the Giants did, but the Commanders, they did a lot.
Well, I
They
mean,
did,
look at they changed their whole ownership, right? Like, you know, Matty Johnson's part of the ownership committee now. Like, I
they
feel like,
brought
and that happened in the middle of the season. Like, I was still living out there in DC when that happened, and it was like a big thing to get old boy out of there because it was no power, it was no moves being made. You know
yeah,
what I mean? It was like, oh well, cha-ching, cha-ching.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
and you can
And I,
feel it. You can feel the
yeah,
difference.
yep.
You can feel they took our defensive coordinator Dan Quinn. He's the head coach now. They got running backs. They got receivers. He done brought like I think maybe three defensive players from the Cowboys over to the Commanders. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
bro, okay, it's one thing to like you in the division with the Chiefs, right? So it's
Which
like
we beat every year.
y'all be
We,
skunking the Chiefs.
yeah.
It make you feel some kind of way for Devontae Adams to go to the Chiefs. Like, dude, all these other teams is like, like just
Yeah.
go somewhere else.
He just gonna lose. You going over there? You know we beat him, nigga. I'm
Right, he
glad to
gonna
be
lose to
there.
y'all. They might win a Super Bowl, but y'all gonna lose to the
You
Raiders.
gonna lose to the Raiders. Yeah, you gonna lose to the Raiders.
although although they just came and won a Super Bowl in your house, it wasn't against you,
And that was some
but it
cold
was in
shit,
your
right?
house.
Like we have our Bay Area rivals, well, not no more, but still our Bay Area rivals, San Francisco,
Yeah,
in our house. Then
yeah.
we got the people that we whoop on every year in our house, and they play the Super Bowl before any of us in our brand new stadium in our house, and they
In your
win
house,
it, and
and
they
they win.
throwing red, yellow, and white confetti all over the goddamn seats
And Raider fans just sitting there like,
with our stupid hats on. Just, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was a very heartfelt moment. I was just like, this is crazy. They they at the before any of them can step on the Super Bowl stage in your house.
They got you.
They
And that was the first time that, I mean, not the first time, but like recently with the new stadiums, you figure they redid Tampa.
mm,
I think they redid Tampa when Brady went out there, but I know Brady won the year that he went to Tampa, and then they did SoFi, and then the first Super Bowl there. Then the Rams won there. Then they do Allegiant, and y'all watching at the casino nearby.
can't can't even get tickets to it. They like tickets sold
It's
out.
me. It's Max. It's
Yeah,
Max.
like, yeah, my locker room is right there. They're like, that ain't your locker room. That's Mahomes'
Right.
locker room.
Not today.
Speaking of Super Bowl, how did you feel about Ursher's performance?
It was different because I watched it with like a lot of girls,
Mm,
and I mean there was men there too, but girls tend to elevate, a Usher performance. So it's like I almost couldn't just appreciate it for what it was without all the fanfare. So
yeah,
I in the beginning I wasn't impressed. I was just kind of like, all right, somewhere around when he switched to the roller skates, I was like, okay, now he trying to show out. And from the roller skates on, I felt like he he put his stamp on it. And so ultimately, I felt like he did good. He did.
I
I'm not like
hated
a
it.
huge Usher fan, so I wasn't like crazy excited about him performing and nothing like that. But for what it's worth, objectively, I felt like he did his thing.
I hated it. I thought it was a waste of 30 minutes.
A waste,
A
just
wa-
complete.
he blew.
Just shouldn't even
I
turn the mics
enjoyed
on.
that he like. I first of all, he was cheap, right? He's already there. He has a residency in Vegas, right?
Yeah,
Hey, let's get Usher to do it. He stays fucking up
right,
right there, right?
right.
You got to pay him what we would pay somebody to fly him in, their whole team, like they're everybody here. I
I mean,
like
I don't know that that's true, but let's go with it. Let's go with it.
okay.
It's cheap.
I like the fact. I'm not saying that he was cheap, but I'm just saying he's here
You're right.
already.
Overall, it's cheap.
Overall, it's
Cheaper.
cheap. So I felt like he gave that type of performance. Secondly, I enjoyed the fact that he kept like a lot of Las Vegas things that were going on. Like he had, the flippers and the flamingo girls and like it was real Las Vegas at the beginning and I appreciated
Right.
that part of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't appreciate bringing the energy down consistently with and I know it's Usher, so he's a love song, you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
R&B artist. So
Yeah.
it's not going to be high tempo, high energy the entire time. I didn't like when he put the skates on. I thought you're trying to get your play for your roller skating career you got back in Atlanta. Like I think that was stupid.
Didn't like that.
I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that he brought JD, um, Lil
Mm.
Jon, and Ludacris out when he has so many more relevant hit make. And I understand, like I brought the A to Las Vegas. I brought the like I get that, Mama. We made it. Look at us, like
Yeah. But let's
cool.
keep it real. Nobody even looks at you like Atlanta. Nobody even. I think most
You
people, if
don't
you ask them
know
where's Usher from, they Tennessee, Flint. Like I
Vegas.
don't.
He's from Vegas, right? Like he's from Vegas.
I would bet 20 out of every 25 fans don't really know.
No, exactly. Yeah, and I didn't like it for a lot of those reasons, and I felt like it was just he's just maybe I
You,
don't like Usher.
I was
Maybe I
about to
don't
say
like
you
Usher.
hate. You just being a hater, man.
Maybe I don't like Usher. I
Because
just feel like all
you
this
can't even articulate.
like that
You
wasn't
can't you can't even articulate what it actually is. Like he just
it just
he
wasn't
was
exciting.
like
It
he
wasn't a
was
Super Bowl
there.
performance.
He's like
Every
singing and
everybody else had Super Bowl performances.
right.
Something that you ain't gonna be able to see. I felt like he just took one of his shows that he
Uh-huh.
does in Vegas because he has a residency there, and
Yeah.
he did it in front of the Super Bowl stage. I feel like right now, if this weekend we fly to Las Vegas and go to an Usher show, he gonna be skating in a black light in a circle.
But I think could is there a possibility he's like the victim of his own performance life? It's like because he performs so much, it just seems like just another performance. It's almost like
Yes.
when Chris Brown did it, or when Chris Brown, if Chris Brown did it, or when
No, I
Bruno
think Chris
Mars did
Brown,
it.
his energy is way higher than Usher. Let's just get that
That's a fact.
out the gate. Chris
That's a fact.
Brown's energy. So I don't think it'll be a regular
And
Chris
I agree
Brown
with you
show.
on the song selection. Like there were some times that I was like, why are you going there? Just because
Yeah.
you have it in the arsenal
Yeah.
don't mean you need to use it. Like, no, let's just keep it.
like shh. Nigga, that took 3 minutes for you to,
Right.
and it is not
Yeah.
studio quality. You've been
Right.
just roller skating, and you came out
Right.
here trying to ha ha ha.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Alicia Keys crack. You know what I mean? Like, why is Alicia Keys there? Why is she every fucking where? Every time Alicia Keys is doing something somewhere. Alicia Keys ain't been had a goddamn song since people were in overalls. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered the hater portion of the show
I'm just
where
saying.
everybody can get it.
It's
Everybody. Why is that? Why is Cat Williams on every show? You had one good podcast.
That's
You
another
said
one.
it. You
That's
said
another
it.
good thing.
We heard you. You gonna go to everybody's show to tell us about how everybody steals your jokes? My G, it was driving a car. It's not that deep. The joke wasn't that good. Okay?
I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you said it because I was gonna bring that shit up too. I'm tired of seeing him.
I didn't even realize it was a new thing. When Erica was asking me about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I saw he was on Shannon. She was like, oh, you got to hear what he said. I'm thinking it's something brand new. When I heard, I'm like, he was just talking about this like a couple years ago.
He always says it. You know how it's like he's the black Donald Trump to me, right? Because he's not invited to the party, but he's looked through the window of the like he's got the invite, right? He's been invited to the party, but he's not invited to the party because he don't go to those type of parties. So, but then he throws a party, and none of them are like, I'm not going to your party, and he's mad, right? Because nobody wants to go to his party, so he's shitting on everybody else's party all the time. So what? So what? Them people did whatever. Like, so what?
Right.
This is Hollywood. Some people go to Hollywood and say, I'll do anything that I have to do to make it in this business. And that includes getting on my knees. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Speaking of that, great transition. We should talk about Diddy and and the boy diddling that it seems like
Diddy's a monster, bro. He's no different to me than Harvey Weinstein. Like, he's no different. Diddy's a monster, bro. When you talk about like drugging people to the point of like, allegedly, well, not alleged because he got convicted, but like Bill Cosby level to the point where like you at a party, I'm gonna make you do some stuff, videotape it, show you the tape the next day, and hold you hostage on your contract. Like that's a monster, bro.
And you feel like that's Diddy?
Yes,
that's Diddy.
I feel like that's Diddy because how do you have one of the most successful record labels of all time and you don't have you have no artist? Look at case in point. Let's just talk recently.
Okay.
Machine Gun Kelly, right?
Okay.
Machine Gun Kelly was he was a machine gun when he spit.
Yeah.
You see Machine Gun Kelly now? Now he's got black nails. He looks like an avatar or an anime character. Like how are you that? And now you're this, and I understand because like when Lil Wayne started skateboarding, he was like, I always skateboarded when I was a kid. Like, you guys just know me as a rapper. So, but he's still smoking weed, you know what I mean? Like he ain't out there, you know what I mean? He didn't start painting his nails and wearing makeup and stuff like that. Like Machine.
Well, are you saying MGK is on Bad Boy?
He was on Bad Boy.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
He was on Bad Boy at a point in time of his career, right? And then he got out of I don't know if his time was up or whatever, but once it was, he turned into an anime character. And he still makes, he's like a Post Malone, like where you were one thing when you came out and people thought that was you, but now you're wearing Daisy Dukes, strumming a guitar, You know what I mean? Like, wait a minute, like
Hold
you
on,
are.
hold on. But why is this an indict on Diddy? Like you
I-
put piece it together.
I'm just
Let me
saying
know.
this.
Let me know.
I'm saying people are manipulated into portraying themselves a certain way, and in the Diddy French Montana, right? French Montana was on Bad Boy. French Montana came out swinging, hardcore rapper and all that other stuff. Then all of the accusations came out about French Montana and all this other stuff. He got off a Bad Boy. Now he's living his life and doing whatever the hell he's doing. But those are the only two recent artists that you can say were on the Bad Boy label. And both of them, while they were on the Bad Boy label, were speaking this like treated the same way that a lot of these other people that career didn't last as long. But I feel like it's like the Hollywood thing. Like I'm
Mm.
willing to do whatever I gotta do to make it in this industry, including whatever the hell that case may be. And I feel like they didn't have a problem with it because perhaps they are those type of people, right? Like maybe they are into men and women, and you know what I mean. Like you don't know just because somebody's a hardcore rapper doesn't mean that they're not also that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to get more into the Diddy shit, I just feel like it's been too long of the Diddy. Like people have been joking around about Diddy parties forever. Forever they've been joking around about Diddy parties and how active it gets in these parties. I feel like this one thing I will say, in Diddy's defense, who gives a fuck that Diddy is bisexual and likes men and all this other? Who gives a fuck, right? The part that I have a problem with about it is if someone who isn't like that and you manipulate them into that, and now you record it and then you hold that, and it, like people will tell you it happens across the board. It's just not fucking Diddy. He's not the only person that does that type of stuff. But I think he invented it in the hip hop culture where it wasn't so much present at the time.
No, well, whoa. Can't say that. Can't say that because African Bambaataa got the finger pointed at him by the guy that he used to rape.
Mm.
And he actually came out. His name is Poppy. He actually came out. Hassan. I forget his last name. But anyway, if you look up Hassan, I think they called him Poppy, a little Pop, young Poppy, something like that. But anyway, he used to be like Africa's like right hand man, and he like just a couple of years ago like actually came out and was saying what Africa used to do to him, what he used to have him and his homeboy do to each other while he watched and masturbated and all kinds of crazy stuff. And I'm thinking, yo, when you stand back from it, it's like, yo, hip hop has got some dark secrets. Like, so I mean, let's just say this Diddy thing is true. I don't know. I hear what you're saying. I do believe where there's smoke, there's fire. For years I heard about R. Kelly. We see that situation. I didn't
Yeah.
know nothing about African Bambaataa. That threw me off. But
Yeah.
you see him, Russell Simmons, you hear stuff about him. It's like, okay. It for me as a rapper that spent a large part of my life trying to get into those circles,
Yeah.
trying to be on those labels, trying to shake hands with those gentlemen to find out that this type of thing was going on behind the scene. It's like all I could do is like, thank God I ain't make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
like at that point, I feel like we're saying, right? It's a choice that people make, right? And sometimes the choice is made for them in situations like Bill Cosby drugging people, Diddy, allegedly drugging people and stuff like that to perform these different, acts or whatever, rituals as they're trying to, label it and stuff like that. But I also feel like in those circles, at those levels, and it's just outside looking in. I'm just thinking it's have you ever like had power before, right? And I'm talking about like not just like power as in like you're a dad, so you have power over your, but like power over people, like
mm,
a boss, like a fucking like this is my empire. I'm the fucking boss. like a king who
Hmm.
comes in and fucking be like, and somebody comes, my sorry, my lord. Like that's
Yeah.
the level of power that some of these people.
It's different.
Not only did they think that they had, but people exuded to like they gave them that energy as if they had power over them. So at
Yeah.
some point, they felt like what they were doing was what they were supposed to be doing in those situations. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
not saying that they were supposed to be doing it, but I feel like even Louis C.K. right? He's back doing comedy. He like puts his business out there. He's like, everybody knows my business. He's like, he's like, I envy you guys. He's like, you can jack off in front of people, nobody cares. He's like, but I show up and people are like, oh, don't jack off in front of me, Louis. You know what I mean? Like, because everybody knows his story now. They
Yeah.
know his
Yeah.
kink.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like a lot of people like, I mean, nobody's talking about Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx used to throw Diddy parties, and he talks about him and Diddy partying and stuff like that. And there's been speculations about Jamie Foxx and how Jamie Foxx does parties and stuff like that. I feel like some people so fucking what that they're freaky and they go both ways and they have all these type of scenarios and stuff like that. If you don't go to the party, don't go to the party. I don't feel like it's right to out them for what they decide to do. I feel like it's wrong when you get manipulated into the point of now you made me do something that I would have never done had I been in my right mind, energy, and vibe. Something you've done has altered my decision making process, and that's wrong.
But I agree with you. But I think therein lies the convoluted issue is that power and your dreams of success are even more intoxicating than any drug. And
Absolutely.
so and so you have somebody like Diddy that can say, "I didn't drug you, Cassie."
Mm.
I know that got
Yeah.
settled, so we won't use Cassie's name. I'll use
Yeah.
a completely different name. Okay, Chassis, right?
Mm.
So like Chassis
Yeah.
is intoxicated by the bad boy logo. He pulls up in a Rolls Royce. They jump in. They fly out. They go someplace. She eats what she wants. She's drinking champagne on the beach. She's first class in Emirates flights. It's all that's way more intoxicating because now you can see the peak of your life shifting forever. Right?
Yeah.
This isn't like a day's high. It's
No, no,
not
no.
like a drink for a party. This is like my life and everybody I know, life that I choose. It all changes. That's a crazy high. And now that person is like, whatever, whatever, it's even harder to not fall into that. And so I hear what you're saying, but I think the moment that that spell is cast over you, it is you're intoxicated from then on. You're almost intoxicated until something happens for something. You know what I mean? Until like the wizard is seen behind the veil. Like
Absolutely.
you're in.
I agree. I agree with everything that you're saying, and I feel like that's exactly what I'm saying. Also, what I'm saying is morally, it's wrong because you know you are in an influential position of power, and I feel like that's how it's being looked at. It's like I'm regular old person high off of the just I got an Uber here, you know what I mean? But now I pull up to this mansion. There's models all over the fucking place. There's all these drugs and celebrities that I've never, you know what I mean? And I'm exposed to this life. And now you're like, suck my you know what I mean? And it's like, well, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go home. You know what I mean?
It reminds me of there's like this social I don't know if they called it a study, but whatever. It's like they would have somebody like let's say you're like the experiment, right? They have you show up for an interview. You walk into this office and there's like four other people sitting in the lobby, right? And so you sit down and so you just kind of figure, oh, they're probably here for the interview too. So now it's like all five of you. And then there's like a bell. And then everybody stands up. and you're like looking around like, the hell they standing up for?
Mm.
And then there's another bell, and then they all sit down. And a few moments later, there's another bell, and then everybody stands up. Every time they did it, eventually, the person that had no clue why everybody's standing up stood up
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
sat back down,
Yeah.
and then stood up and sat back down, right?
Yeah.
And it shows how like that herd mentality
Yeah.
happens. So imagine that same scenario that you just created, and now it's like, hey, oh yeah, y'all want to go upstairs? Hey, everybody else is leaving, but y'all cool. Y'all want to go? We going to the third floor. Y'all want to go? Oh yeah, let's go. We turn up, whatever.
Yes.
We go upstairs, and now we up there. And next thing you know, there's like a line forming. Like, what we doing? You can't really see in front of the line. What's this line about? What are they doing up there? The line's
Yeah.
getting shorter. As you get closer, you see it. Like, it's three people in front of you, two people behind you. Like, I don't want
Ain't
to.
nobody got out of line. Everybody just be like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for this.
But I think for those people, and I don't even want to
Some
go as
people
far as
are
like
willing
those
to
people,
do whatever it takes.
whatever
And
it takes.
and
And
I
like you said, it's a choice, but then you got people like Terry Crews that it wasn't a choice. Like
it wasn't. Yeah.
it's just thrown on you. That's why I told Erica, I said I'm so happy sometimes that I did it was a large part of my life. So it's still hard for me to be like, I'm glad I was never in that light.
Yeah.
It's still hard for me to completely say that, but I'm glad I was never in those positions because you don't know, bro. Like you find yourself in a situation. Next thing you know, you in jail for 17 years,
Yeah. Yeah.
like that.
Yep.
I mean, look at Shine.
Yeah.
Shine wasn't doing nothing gay. Shine's riding for the homie, and next thing you know, he in jail. Like you was just living your best dreams out of Barbados, and now you in the pen. Like
Yeah.
it changed that fast.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like that's why it's so wrong. Is because those it's a manipulation tactic. It is that. It is the fear of missing out. What do they call it? FOMO, like the fear of missing
You're
out.
missing out. Yep.
And then
Yep.
also like my dreams are right here. It's just a dick sucking away. You know what I mean?
Like it's just one penis.
It's just
Like it's not.
one.
It's not like it's a row. It's like, I mean, it's one penis. I mean, at this point, it's been getting
Everybody
sucked
else
for like an hour and a half. It can't stay up that much longer.
stay up that long. It's not ready. Yeah. Like, and I feel
Maybe
like,
it gets done before I get there,
yeah, maybe,
and I
yeah.
still get credit.
Good
Like,
for being here.
like maybe the guy in front of me is really
and
good.
I'm part of y'all, and I'm part of y'all.
Maybe the guy in front of me is like really good, and he finishes this thing off, and the rest of us just get credits
Credit.
because we were here.
We were here. Yeah. No, and I feel like
Oh.
that's the part. Like even like Bill Cosby, they're like I'm on the fence. It's like rumors have been circulating about Diddy's parties forever.
Forever.
And now you're an opportunity to meet Diddy and he invites you to a party. How do you not think something that you heard before?
You're
How are
going to
you-
you're going to the party.
You're going to the party, right?
I'm telling you right now, you're going to the party. There isn't a celebrity on this planet, even if you had heard. It could have been R. Kelly during the time that he was hearing that people were hearing about stuff, and he hadn't got accused yet anything crazy.
Because they did. They
If
still went to R. Kelly parties.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is impossible. You don't move to LA to deny
An opportunity.
an invite to a massive because first off, you're not getting invited by the celebrity. So
Yeah.
you're not gonna have that tip off. Like let's just say you looked at it like, I don't know, man, Diddy kind of be on some wild. You're not gonna hear about it from Diddy.
No.
You're gonna hear about it in the studio, talking
Yeah.
to a producer
Yeah.
that's going with his man who wrote some of Diddy's joints. He wrote the last joint with Diddy and Luda, and he wants you to meet Luda, and they're gonna meet at Diddy's. It's gonna be a situation. You're not thinking Diddy, you thinking, oh shoot, I'm gonna meet blah blah blah. We can politic. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And then you get there and you hear the Gawk 3000 happening in the corner. You like,
This is what y'all do at
Yo,
this point. Yeah, like I'm telling you, and that's to me, that's that's where I'll be on the fence. But I feel like to allegedly videotape it and to hold people's careers ransom
that's a
if
whole
you're
lot.
not at my becking call and my basically my slave
Yeah,
to whatever's going on.
yeah, you the devil.
That's the monster part about
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it. You know what I mean? And that's
yeah,
why I'm
yeah,
like, that's why I compare him to who I compared him to, is because I feel like that's what's being accused. And if that is the case,
yeah.
then that's
You're a monster.
you're a
Yeah,
monster. But
absolute
if it's
monster.
if it's you just fuck around and people know you fuck around and you come to a party and I'm over here fucking around and you decide to lay on the bed too and fuck around and now you ashamed because you fucked around and now you want some type of money, like, oh, you forced me to do it, like all of this
Right.
type of stuff, because at the end of the day it's like with Bill Cosby stuff. Like, you talking about shit that happened in the 60s, 70s, and now here we are in the 2000s, and now, oh, I just didn't want to tell anybody. And it's like, at some point, as
Yeah.
becoming even a parent, you have to have that playing on repeat in the back of your head
Yeah.
about how you were done. And maybe and maybe some of them were, I didn't pay too much to the case. They were probably screaming it from the mountaintops. But this is Jello Pudding Man. Who gonna
Right.
believe that? You know what I mean? And then
Yeah. Yeah. Most of them, it just came out later, and that's what frustrated me about that because that was also kind of in the early parts of like the Me Too movement where
yeah,
you couldn't even ask questions
no,
without you victim shaming.
yes,
And it's like, I'm not everybody in any situation you deserve to be
to explain
questioned.
yourself. Yeah,
Right. Like
yeah,
anybody wants to know what happened. I mean, that's what
yeah,
happens in a court of law. So it's like for you to say this happened, first off, y'all going to Club 54 and Club Nouveau and all of that. Like you knew what was going on.
yeah,
They offered you Coke at the door. Like
yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
told you we all
Everybody's
out of
when
Chardonnay,
you
but
walked
we
up and
still
said,
got
"Hey,"
Coke.
they on the table like, "Hold on 1 second." You know what I
Right.
mean?
Now all of a
Like,
sudden, he drugged me. He probably did. He might have drugged you along with 3 or 4 other people.
yeah,
But the question is, did you want to get drugged? You
yeah,
you probably were okay with getting drugged. You just weren't okay with then what happened. Like you didn't know where you were gonna get.
yeah,
That's how I feel about a lot of his. Like you was cool with the partying
yep,
until the partying made you lose control,
yeah,
and then you didn't like what the other person did. However, I bet you right up to that point, you was all with it. You was
yeah,
telling them, "Oh, I came to party. I
yeah,
came show me where the party at." And then later on, you're like, "Why did he show me where the party was?"
yeah, 100%. And I have daughters and I have sons, and I'm like,
Yep.
I try to like just like, hey, if you don't want to do something, don't do it.
I'll do
Especially
it.
if you don't know how you're going to react to whatever it is that
Right.
is being asked of you to do.
Right.
So if you've never you don't know what you're like on weed, smoke some weed in your room by yourself to see how you react to something before you go out to a party and the first time you smoke weed is around a whole bunch of horny boys or girls, and now you don't smoke weed and you don't know how you're going to even react to these things, or you never been drunk before in front of people. Like, it's a
Yeah.
whole different, and I take personal experience, like it's a whole different high, it's a whole different being drunk when
Yeah.
you're involved in different variables and situations and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta grab something again, 1 second.
Okay, he's going to grab something. Let me find some music while he grabs something. Pause, especially after sitting here talking about the Hollywood escapades, and then he then follows it up with, "I gotta go grab something." Wow, wow. I didn't even. I mean, he's my cousin, but I'll be honest, like they didn't really have like the 23andMe and
You know, my
all the.
mic,
Hey,
my
hey, what's up?
headphones are still
Hey.
on.
Oh,
Yeah, I have
so,
these on when I
oh,
leave. They're cordless, so like the whole
hmm.
walk over, I
You
can
didn't have
hear
to
you.
take them off.
No, I didn't have to take them off at all. No,
Gotcha.
I kept them on, so I heard it.
So this system is odd. There are times that there's like AI that kind of cuts in and it'll use your voice to then say weird stuff. Like
That's strange.
it's
I
it's
mean,
odd. Like there's
I know AI is taking over, but I didn't know
AI is
this.
different, man.
Yeah, it's
I know
crazy.
you probably doubt it, but dude, you can't doubt AI. Come on, it's
That's 100% true.
so. I mean, we went really really dark. Let's end the show on a light note. I would like to know if you're a cat or a dog person.
Neither. I've learned
Dang.
over the years that I hate all animals.
I didn't even think people like you existed. I
I
thought
don't like them.
everybody had some favoritism
No,
of some domesticated animal. You
not me.
nothing, all
Nothing.
trash.
No, I don't like any animals. I don't like. I have a dog, and I don't like him. I don't like his friend dogs. I don't like your dogs. I don't like my neighbor. Like I don't
You
like.
you have any bad experiences as a kid or
No, like I've always had a pet. You know what I'm saying? I had Rottweilers, pit bulls, poodles, m- mutts. Um,
but you didn't like any of them?
no, I like them. My current dog has made me pay attention to pets more.
Hmm.
I don't like this. I don't like coming at your house. Not you, but I'm just saying.
Hmm.
Coming to your house and we're sitting at the table and I got shorts on because it's summertime and your dog is just walking in between my fucking legs. And you just look at me dead in my eye like you don't. And I'm just like, oh shit, damn. He's like, oh, just let him be. Like, let him be.
Hold on, so is it the pet or the pet owner?
It's both.
It's both.
It's both people, but I don't like pets at all. First of all, I have a fear, and my fear is of reptiles. I fear reptiles.
Hmm.
Don't enjoy them anything. I don't like
All
snakes.
all reptiles?
All like snakes, frogs, lizards, like all of those type of like
Any of the geckos, all of it. Just
disgusting. Um,
iguanas.
and then like when it comes to like domesticated pets, birds, cats, ferrets, whatever, I think that is the stupidest thing us humans do is put a fucking animal
Yeah.
in our house
I ain't gonna
and
front.
give them
You
a
saying it
name.
you saying it like that literally made it the dumbest thing
It's
that
bruh. They serve
in
no
our house and give it a name.
name. You
Oh,
fucking call it something.
it's not Charles. It's a it's a mutated wolf that you done turned into this little puffy dog
And just
and
fucking.
called it Charles. It's
I
not
don't.
Charles.
Yeah. And then like dogs and cats, I don't like how it's gonna be maybe a little too TMI. I don't like how you can see their asshole all the time. Like I feel like that's the rudest shit pets can do. Like I feel like they're just like kiss my ass all the time,
All the time.
and then they
All the
sit
time.
naked asshole on your carpet and just be with that stupid ass tail just on your carpet. Let your kids drop an Oreo on your fucking carpet. You'll lose your shit. But that damn Charles sit his naked asshole on your carpet and you're like, come here, boy. You know,
Hey,
so
and then
stupid.
kiss him in the mouth.
Kiss him in the mouth. Let the nigga get in your bed and shit. Like that is a dump. Feed him. You gotta feed this nigga like that.
I love how feed him was like.
It.
It was like kiss him, let him get in your bed, feed him.
Hey, they were like, hey babe, can you pick the dog up food on the way home? Like, he's a dog. Let him go eat whatever the fuck he can eat, find on the goddamn ground. He's a dog.
Oh well,
I
I tried to end this in a.
that's a show in itself. I hate animals, bro.
Oh, I tried to end on a light note. We kind of touched on it a couple times. I do want to figure out, this is our first episode. In case y'all didn't notice, Um, I wanted to figure out what kind of, what kind of games or things we're gonna do on the show going forward, if anything. I guess we could talk about that in episode two. Um, if there's any, you know,
Yeah,
we,
I think there should be a definitely like kind of a segment of what we did, but call it something like with Diddy be like what the hell is wrong with him or what what I mean like
mm,
what's going I mean something like that
yeah,
where we
yeah,
could just kind of segue into going into that. But all in all, man, like it's called no U turns or no turn signals. So you just never know
yeah. Never know.
which direction
You don't know,
which
man.
direction is going to happen at.
I loved it. I loved it. We did that. That was. I feel like that was a strong episode one. I feel like if let's say by next year this time, we're filming episode 132, and we go back and have a flashback, a 1 year flashback to this day, and rewatch some of this, I think we'll be happy.
Yeah,
You know
Diddy
what
will
I
be
mean?
in jail. I still won't have any fucking pets because that nigga Jackson is not coming to Texas. Like I was like, look, if you talking about bringing that dog, y'all might as well not even come. Like I I live, and then my apartment is right by the goddamn dog park. So
Oh,
all in Saturday,
all
they
day.
just out there throwing balls with these, and I'm like, where your kids at? You don't even take your kids out and throw the pigskin around anymore. They just in there playing Fortnite, but you got goddamn Lucky out there running back and forth. You getting his ass all tired,
Quality time.
and then when dogs get hot, they get musty. You know that smell like they've been
Yeah,
outside. You like,
yeah,
and then you
yeah,
bring the nigga in your house.
yeah. If you guys didn't pick it up, Reg from the Sev definitely does not like does not like animals. Um, all right, man. I think that's it. I don't know how we close the show, so let's just close the show. You know what I'm saying?
All right, my G.
All right,
Peace.
bye.